Here is everything we are going to use. We have our 1/4 inch black back copper foil, scissors, Sharpie, and a towel. We're going to use the towel first and wipe off all of our pieces. Make sure there is no powder and there is no water on any of these pieces. Just like tape, the foil will not stick to it. After you've wiped your pieces off, you can set them back how they go. If you'd like to renumber them, you can with your Sharpie. Now, on our piece, when we are foiling, we start the foil on an inside line. These are our inside lines where a piece touches another piece. The rest of this is the outside lines. So this one is all on the outside, this outside, insides. When we, like I said, when we're starting our foil on the inside, we always start on a corner also. So we're gonna start on the inside corner and go around. I'm gonna show you how to hold your foil. This is 1/4 inch black back copper foil. So we have our copper side, our black back, and our backing. We are going to take our dominant hand, I am right-handed, and do a peace sign to pinch the foil. So my thumb is controlling the backing. My ring finger is going to help push. So I'm holding it with these three, working with this one. In my left hand, I'm going to hold my piece of glass on the outside edges of the piece of glass with my fingertips. I have more motion, range of motion this way. If you hold it flat, you can't move as well. This is my inside. These are my corners. It doesn't matter which one you start with. I'm going to start on this one. So I'm going to hold in my left. I'm going to get my foil started about 1/4 of an inch in on that inside corner. So it's inside corner. I'm going to hold that with my pointer finger. And now this is an anchor to hold as I continue. I'm going to pull with these three fingers and push with my ring finger, getting the foil nice and centered, that piece of glass nice and centered on the foil on the black side. And I just look right here where I'm going to do that. Go all the way around in one continuous piece. To do the overlap, this is where we started, and this is the corner. We're going to take our foil and go to the corner to make sure that it's all lined up right here. If it's not, you can pull back and fix it. Since it's good, I'm going to pull back halfway from where I started in the corner, and that's where I'm going to cut it. So the overlap is happening before the corner, not at, not after, but before. Now that our piece is wrapped, we're going to do the next steps. We're going to smooth, pinch, roll, and smooth again. And we're going to do these steps with our Sharpie. we're going to use this end of the Sharpie. First step, smooth. We're going to take it and go along this outside. If you look closely, you can see the wrinkles out here, and that is what we're flattening out. You get it nice and smooth. Hold the piece however you need to do this. Next step is pinch. We're going to take our fingers and we're going to pinch the sides down, avoiding the corners. Now on these inside dips here, we need to work the foil down, because if we don't, it does a V-cut. A V-cut can be too big and the solder will not bridge. We need to have a small V-cut so that way our solder can still bridge over. So we're going to heat this up and work it down. And I have 0 V-cuts. We're going to do that here also. Next step is roll. And these corners are sharp. And you can see that they're still sticking up. So we're going to take our Sharpie and roll it into the center of our piece. So you're just going right over the edge into the center. Last step is smooth. If you look at your piece, you can see how bumpy that outside edge is on top of the glass. So we're going to lay this down and smooth it out. When you're finished, you should be able to run your fingers along without catching anywhere. If you do catch, then you need to push harder, but you can tell the difference between it being smooth and not smooth on the foil. Now I'm going to foil all of my pieces. Okay, last piece. We're going to do inside corners where we start. It can be this one or this one. I'm going to start on this bigger one. Foil in between your pointer and middle finger. Your thumb controlling the backing and your ring finger pushing. Center your piece of glass on the foil. about 1/4 of an inch in on the inside corner. Pushing down with my ring finger, looking at the black back as I go. Making sure that this is one continuous piece of foil. Here is where we started, and here is the corner. We're going to take the foil and go to the corner. Make sure that it's all lined up. Since it's good, pull back halfway from where we started in the corner, and that's where we cut it. The overlap is before the corner, not at and not after, but right here before. We're going to do these 4 steps to this piece. We're going to do smooth first, which if you see these wrinkles, that is what we're going to do, is smooth these wrinkles out. All the way around. We're going to pinch with our fingers, pinch the sides down, avoiding those corners. The corners are sharp, so the next step is roll. And we're going to use the Sharpie to roll the corners to the inside, to the center of the glass. Last step is smooth. You can see all the wrinkles and the bumps on here, on the surface, both sides. So we're going to lay it down flat and smooth. Check it with your hands. Make sure that you don't catch it anywhere on your fingers. If you do, that means you need to push harder. This is our very last piece. It does not matter where we start because it's going to be on top when we are done. So I'm going to start it right here so that it's kind of an anchor for as I'm foiling.